Be well, everyone, and be welcome to another rejuvenating session of Wellness Beyond the Witchlight. Hi, I'm Philip. I'm your wellness master, and for the next couple hours, I'm going to guide you through an experience that I hope proves enriching and thought-provoking, and maybe helps us all center ourselves a little bit. Who wants me to stop talking like this?
Me.
Yay! Surrounding me are our wonderful players. Say hello, players.
Howdy.
Hello.
Yes, we are going to be jumping into some more Feywild fun. We're down one player tonight, although Alanius might start talking again later on in the session. But for now, we have rival Latara, Alexis, and Fritzy, who, if we recall, on their sort of trip, their extremely exclusive visit to a wellness retreat in the Feywild, which is what they all signed up for, knowingly planning on doing a treatment at this wellness thing. Clearly, that's why they're all here. That's not there. None of them thought that's why they came. And I would say, of them, maybe Alexis is okay at the notion. Maybe.
Radical acceptance.
Be well. Thank you.
I can feel my skin glowing the more I'm here.
In fairness, it is. That might be some of the sort of pixie dust that's kind of accumulating on all of you, and you will want to wash your face with that, because it can cause all sorts of outbreaks. But the point is, having finally reached the Feywild, you went to the cottage of Bavlorna Blightstraw, a member of the Hourglass program or coven, depending on who you talk to. She was surprised to see you, not expecting you, but nevertheless she dove into treatment. And she gave you kind of a team-building exercise to unclog her pool, which you did by getting rid of a gelatinous cylinder who was stopping up the well. The pool is now flowing once again. The acrid smell is already receding. She was impressed with your progress. She has told you that she could send you directly to the Palace of Heart's Desire in the center of this domain of delight called Prismere, but she would urge you to go and talk to her sister first for some more sort of specific kinds of treatment. So the choice is basically yours, and Alanius will abstain because he thinks everything about this is a walking nightmare.
He just wants to find his daughter.
He really does just want to find his daughter. Has everyone ever watch Arrested Development where Thomas Jane is on the work crew and he's in a movie about a dad who just wants to get his kids back, and when they're talking about like why they're working on the project, he keeps going, "I just want my kids back," and everyone.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, that was just for me and KJ. That little digression. In any point, in any event, at any rate, to any point. That is where we find ourselves. So, guests here in the Feywild. Bavlorna, she is sort of standing on that staircase surrounded by her weird lornlings, those kind of strange little super fast frog-like creatures. And she is sort of asking, and she's going to talk not so loud this time. So, dearies, any ideas on where you wish to go? I'll also say that as she kind of has presented you this question, she gives you some time to rest. So you guys do all gain the benefits of a long rest, resetting all your features over the course of like an hour as you just sort of sit there. Because in the Feywild, it's a very generous resting situation. So yes, so we'll say kind of as this hour draws to a close, as you see Latara over there, now brewing up far more bottles and little, more steel is helping her, like, oh, let me get another cork for that. But, we can put the cork in a second. Better if that was really good eyeshadow on you, okay, etc. Wait. So basically, as you guys are finishing this, Latara. Oh, perfect.
This is Morsteel.
Yeah, she's just,
Morsteel was a horrible name for this pixie.
Yeah, she's just hanging out on your.
Unwise.
As she is just hanging out on your shoulder, helping you with these potions. The rest of you finishing your own preparations. You can discuss what you'd like to do. Again, the options are you can kind of jump right to where you might find Zybilna and maybe some answers about what is going on here, or you can travel to a part of the domain of Prismere which has been sectioned off into 3 different sections, hither, thither, and yon. You can go from hither to thither and see what you find thither.
I feel like we shouldn't do any of the treatments. Because I'd rather just go straight to where the palace is. That's where Zybilna is supposed to be, right? But if you guys, Alexis is open. She's listening.
See, Lauren would like to go and visit her rival. Absolutely not. That's going to waste time.
I mean,
Can't waste time.
do what your characters would do. I will phrase. I'll actually say this to you
I'm
out
just
of
putting
game.
it out there.
She is going to be shocked if you say, "Okay, we'll take it slow and do more treatments with your sister." She will be shocked by that. But
I will be shocked by that.
yeah. But it sounds like you have one vote from Alexis for heading to the palace directly, and it sounds like Rival would vote that way as well.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, then I'm going to vote the opposite way just to be a pain.
Wow.
Naturally, she would.
All right.
I'll vote with Rival and Alexis.
Oh.
Understood. So Latara also kind of feels, let's get this show on the road. Morsteel will say, I think that was a really good call, because otherwise the one is, like, he wouldn't have said anything. He would just stayed in there. Something's wrong with him. I think he's dead. I don't even know what's about him.
I think he's dead.
Like a guy you see at a truck stop or something. I mean, it's crazy, man. After an hour's rest and time, there's a Lornling who's just been waiting there, who's there to take your answer to Bavlorna, who went back upstairs to chat with her pal Charm, that strange fae in the large black hat, kind of in shadow. You also, I should mention, another thing you guys did was you grabbed a scrap of fabric from the wings of one Diana Cloppington. You snuck that out of a cabinet of trinkets here in this room, just in case maybe at some point you can help her out. You did that surreptitiously while cleaning the pool.
Oh,
as,
yes.
as far as you know, no one observed you doing that. So, the Lornling kind of comes over and says, "Are you ready with an answer, guests?"
We will go directly to the castle.
Do you mean the Palace of Heart's Desire?
Whatever.
I do like the sound of that.
Very good. With his little webbed fingers, he's like, just these little squishing sound as he tries to. He bows and runs up the room. So, after a few moments, Bavlorna comes down. Ah, dearie's wonderful. So, you've chosen to advance and accelerate things rather quickly, have you? I'm not surprised, but I think you have a decent shot of, what's a good word for it? Seeing the end of the treatment in a positive light. She kind of gestures
Well, I don't like that.
to this lily pad sort of floating on the pool. Climb aboard, then, and I'll take you over the mist to the palace.
To the party, right? The party on the invitation.
Yes, that is a party of sorts. A party of the
Okay.
spirit. It is just the 5 of you, then?
6 with her little bug.
A spirit companion? No. Not a bug at all. I guess that Alanius will just kind of and like gesture down the trapdoor to Snailer Swift.
Oh, yes, one more. The snail we took with us here.
You want to bring a giant snail with you to the Palace of Heart's Desire?
Oh yes, and I need my toad.
Your toad is on the snail as well. The toad is Iggy Hop is just like is just reaching out. Although Iggy Hop was a twig light for such a short time, he's probably gonna like adjust to being a toad pretty quickly.
Also, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we didn't come with him, but if you see like I'm forgetting the color, was it blue or silver? A dragonborn, he's kind of indebted to me.
Do you know his name? And you do know his name is Enog Ice.
Enog, yes, Enog Iceborn, yes.
Ice Breath, I think.
Ice Breath, whatever the DM says it is what his name is.
Enog Ice Breath. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, my dear, would you like me to see if I can put eyes upon him? She pulls out her crystal ball.
Sure, yeah, that would be super helpful.
Wonderful. So here's
Can you use that to spy on anyone?
Oh, yes. I mean, observe them for treatment
We're not
purposes.
spying, we're locating.
Sure.
Yes. Just a friendly wellness check. Enog Ice Breath. Now, the fun thing about this, at least for me, because it adds complications, I would like for you to please roll for this ancient silver dragon. Let's just look up what their wisdom save is. Because it's probably not nothing. That is upsetting. So yeah, KJ, why don't you hit me with a D20 roll? I think D&D Beyond, maybe.
Is he silver or is he blue?
He is an ancient silver dragon.
Okay, that affects my dice. I don't have silver. I don't know what I was thinking. All right, we'll just do this one then.
Ooh, D&D Beyond, what are you doing to me?
That is a 11.
Okay, well, the thing is, he probably has pretty good. Let's try on the phone, because for some reason I can't type anything into D&D Beyond right now, and that's not great given
Terrible.
how off the cuff I run this stupid game. All right. Ancient silver dragon. Well, anybody want to take bets on the wisdom modifier for a? Oh Jesus!
50.
Sure, I
Is it
don't know.
50?
Plus 9.
Okay.
So that is a 20. So she kind of casts this spell, and just mist is sort of swirling within it. And she goes, "Ooh, your friend is a bit spirited, isn't he? Ooh. Well, I can't see where he is now, but we can try again in a bit if you'd like, my dear."
No, that's fine. I'm sure he'll turn up. He's indebted to me after all. He'll have to find me, so it's fine. Just thought I might speed up the process. But...
Of trusting attitude. Yes.
Yes, radical acceptance.
I forget, has Alanius told us that he's looking for his child, or has he
It's
just kind of
very
been
clear
hanging out?
from
Yes.
like the first moment we
Yes.
Yeah, he has
yes.
told us.
Oh, see, I wasn't sure if he was talking.
We
like,
even checked like
saying
the children's
exposition.
lost and found at the fucking fair. Like,
Yeah.
See, but I wasn't ever sure if I knew that he was looking for an
oh
actual
no, yeah,
child.
he made it. He
Oh,
made
okay.
it clear. Yeah.
He is not here, but if you are basically saying with her having this crystal ball of seeing and being spy on everyone, is there any chance she would not look up his child? Sure. We can say that he'll mention that. And Arrival, if you want to do so on his behalf, you're certainly welcome to.
I would like to do that.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
All things considered, Alanius is a good sport for following us around while he has a missing child.
God, where's my
I know,
last roll?
right?
I guess I gotta do this. All right. Alrighty. So in that case, yeah, hang on. I shouldn't use that
If
die
the
for
child
this.
is completely gone. This is going to be true crime beyond the Witchlight.
She kind of, sort of waves her hand over it, and again, it just kind of maintains a cloudy murk. And she says, how very fascinating. I am also not able to get a read on this daughter of yours, Olanius. Either she is resisting the scry, or perhaps in a place where such divinations do not function.
Can you tell if she's safe?
That is something that this ball cannot tell. Only a vision can it grant.
And where would this not be able to access? Let's say she wasn't blocking this. Is it here in the Fey realm or anywhere?
Well, no, any manner of places can be blocked by certain kinds of magic, private sanctum, or non-detection put over an area. But there is one part of Prismere that has more missing children than not. It is thither where Granny Nightshade, my sister, reigns.
Of course it is.
Is that related at all? Like, is she
Call
taking
her.
the kids?
That
Skabatha is not taking any children, I assure you. It's all part of the treatment process.
Does she live in
I'm
a
sorry, the
house full of
children
candy by any chance?
Our treatment?
No, it melted. How did you know about that?
I don't like this.
We've all moved on past the processed sugar. You still find candy hidden around here or there, but it's very bad for you. Doesn't promote wellness the right way.
Jesus Christ.
I don't like this.
Well,
But for now, you're all heading to the Palace of Heart's Desire. Is that correct?
question.
Yeah.
Can we, because he's not here, so we can't really make this decision and go on this adventure for his child without him. If we should
Do it.
decide,
Find her
Find her
without
and
him.
rescue
Find
her
her this
without him,
session.
yeah.
Are you kidding me? Also, then the character won't want to play anymore. If you guys
I know,
find
but
her
I'm just-
tonight, he'll be like,
just
cool, I'm out.
saying.
Roll up someone new.
It's true. Okay, so we can always go back, right? Like, this is not a linear thing.
She says, you're free to go at any time. If you wish to go between realms, you need assistance. But you're free to go as you please. No one's a prisoner here.
I don't believe that.
Be well, no one is a prisoner. Everyone is free in Prismere.
Right.
Gonna make a roll for something, hold on.
Oh no.
She rolls really low. She will then say under her breath, way too audibly, certainly not so billed as a prisoner. What? Nothing. Anyway,
could I roll for perception?
you heard it.
Okay.
No
Okay.
roll necessary.
Next.
Anyway, I'll step onto the lily pad.
Wonderful. We are taking this snail as well. Very well. Everyone on board.
Yes,
you
we
all,
need Snailor Swift.
if you all get onto the lily pad, you see that it begins expanding as more of
Well,
you
that's
get
quite a
on.
trip.
And she, in fact, then it lifts off of the water. And remember, Fritzy, I think it was you who saw those tendrils below. You see them kind of like
Yes.
almost like a flying jellyfish, sort of just spiraling off in different directions. It moves up sort of kind of a little higher, and she waves her hand, and a wall where all of the like with the balcony on it with all the frogs just like swings open, and you hear a chorus of frogs all just going ribbon. She flies out over the water, descends down,
upsetting, but I do. Like,
and and then you hear it above you as it's going ribbon as it kind of slams. And she extends it, and Snailer Swift just looks at this lily pad with this frog-faced woman kind of standing on it. There are a few Lornlings. Actually, let's see. Would she have brought any Lornlings? No. So you just see basically this kind of lily pad expands further, so now it's almost like 20 feet wide, and Snailer Swift, with some coaxing. One thing I didn't mention last time, with your new witch training there, Latara, you now have, like, expertise in animal handling, so why don't you make an animal handling check to coax Snailer Swift onto this. Oh, Snailer.
Snailer.
It's all kinds of solid, guys. We all know that.
22.
Snailer Swift against her, against her better judgment, just slithers onto the pad. You see Iggy Hop kind of in the thing. Iggy Hop is paying a lot of attention to those ribbits he heard up there swinging around. But with that, Bavlorna says, well... How do we feel? Ready to venture to the palace?
Sure.
Then away we go. And the lily pad swiftly rises in the air, wind rushing against you, and you begin passing through those purple, foggy clouds that are incredibly sweet, kind of smell like cotton candy as you zip past. You're moving very quickly.
Can we try to catch some and eat it?
Sure. Make a
Big cotton candy clouds?
make a dexterity check. It's kind of like a mouth open check, but we'll call it dexterity.
Okay. Dexterity. That is a 23.
A 23, you pretty easily are just able to kind of time it right. You hold on to something so you don't get, honestly, Fritzy, this is a situation where you are not flying freely. You're either, on your feet or holding on to people's shoulders and things. But you open your mouth and, you just get, a face full of that mist. Of that fog. Please make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Doop, 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 doop. That's a 7.
And you guys, Fritzy kind of just makes this extremely happy sound of think kind of like Homer Simpson, just in an whatever. And Fritzy for the next minute, or unless any of you use an action to deal her damage or shake her, Fritzy just kind of hanging on wherever she's hanging on, drool just pouring out of the side of her mouth, pupils utterly dilated. Is just in a euphoric state.
Clouds are drugs.
Can I?
Clouds are drugs.
Clouds are drugs.
And again, this is kind of the vibe of the lily pad you're flying on. And she is in fact holding a weird staff in her hand.
Can I just make sure Fritzy's nowhere toward where she's gonna get knocked off or float away or
yes,
something?
yes, of course.
Clouds are drugs, guys.
Okay.
No. Well, yes.
Drugs are good, okay?
This is why we don't lick things or consume clouds.
It smelled like cotton candy. What was I supposed to do?
Stop eating things. Don't lick things.
How did someone get too close to the fog, my dears? Yes, mind the fog. If you get lost in there, you can stare in wonder forever. Of course, we're keeping an eye on people, and such things won't happen, not while you're under our careful care. Damn it.
What?
Nothing, I have an itch on my knee. No, I didn't bring any of my lonelings, but never mind. You see Bavlorna, she, inhales really deeply. And then her eyes begin to bulge even more bulbous, and then you'll hear a weird popping sound as a Lornling just kind of explodes out of her back, naked,
Absolutely
rolling
not.
on the thing, standing up, and she just says, "Scratch my knee," and he says, As you wish, yes. And then really quickly goes to her knee and kind of very webbed hands just sort of goes, kind of like, he says, my hands are not yet formed enough. She goes, then use your teeth.
Oh,
He begins
no.
chewing on her knee. That's the stuff, yes.
So if we can just get going, not
Deeply.
to be rude or anything.
Ah,
We have things to do.
Oh, you're flying. This is all happening, like, at speed.
I will go as far away, but within a safe distance of the edge of the. I don't want to see that.
Which direction are you going?
I'll go to the toward. If we're traveling this way, I'll go toward the front.
Okay. Do you think you're going to the left or the right?
The left.
Okay. You kind of move to the left, and once you've gone about 10 feet or so, kind of as you're kind of going around her, Bavlorna begins sneezing like crazy.
Oh no.
And the Lornling who's on her is now like kind of falls off, a tongue sticks out, and so it's hanging onto her knee by a tongue. She's losing minor control of the thing. I need everyone to make, I guess, Fritzy, you have advantages of wings. Everyone please make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh. Spaghetti.
15.
15, okay?
Nine.
9.
19. I rolled a 13.
17.
17.
I know, wrong game.
Alright, so everyone, this was a group check, so everyone but Alexis sort of made this, so you're all kind of following with the most you kind of are able to hang on. Alexis is going over, but between the three of you, somebody kind of puts a hand on her. Maybe Snailor, I should roll for Snailor Swift, actually, hold on. I can't find the stats. I know it'll be... Ooh, actually I rolled really bad. Let's look at what their stats are for a giant snail. The point is, people are kind of sliding around. Alexis's is kind of dangling off the side, as it, I would have to imagine, is Snailor Swift. Bavlorna says, yeah, and kind of everything evens out a bit. And she sort of says, do me a favor, we find more wellness happens if everyone just sort of moves clockwise, if you don't mind, dearest. If we can all just keep any rotational movement in a docile fashion instead of widdershins, that would be much appreciated. Oh,
Can
dear.
I?
This is a spell. This is
Yeah,
a spell.
can I make an insight check onto that? To
Make an
see if it's
insight
actually-
check,
Clean
sure.
cup down in the chat.
Sure.
Clean cup.
Okay, 21.
21. She's definitely lying. She seems to have a relationship with Widdershin's movement that is not great.
Nobody move.
Yes. Oh, and then she kind of says, be a dear and go haul them up. And so, Alexis, you're kind of hanging off, and suddenly you see these kind of slimy, half-formed webby hands pulling you up. And it's a lordling who's like, very good, madam. And then tries to pull the snail up with some doing. The snail who, technically Snailor Swift, I rolled a 4, and Snailor Swift has a -4 to dex. So Snailor Swift really failed that pretty tremendously. But, you know, I don't insert Taylor Swift joke about it's her version now. I don't know enough. So, with that, your little ride continues, and you do see this beautiful palace rising up ahead of you. The Palace of Heart's Desire is quite impressive. And this is your first clear glance of it, because up until this point, everything you saw was kind of through that mist and in the distance. I may have shown this to you ahead of time, you know, when talking about the game, but that is basically the sight that you see.
Spiky.
So you are being brought in. And as you get there, you notice Bavlorna seems a little more focused, a little less jocular. She pulls you up sort of right outside of, kind of right outside the front gate. And she just kind of hovers lower so that you can get off and says, "Well, there you are, dearies. Enjoy your treatment here. I'm sure everyone will be so excited to see you. Off with you then, yes."
Wait. What do we do if we need to get back?
Get back where?
Through the mist.
Well, just, ask for some assistance, of course.
Who else has lily pads like yours?
Well, any of my sisters can get you through, but, I'm sure that, I'm sure you'll find your way if you're meant to be there. Right? Unless you want to go elsewhere in the mist now. If you follow the course of treatment, there will always be someone from the Hourglass program on hand to take you where you wish to go if it benefits your wellness. Dearie?
Fine. And I'll just turn around and stomp toward the castle.
Understood. The rest of you all disembark? Wonderful.
Yeah. You saying dearie repeatedly, I don't know, it took me this long to figure it out, but I just keep thinking of Rumpelstiltskin from that ABC show Once Upon a Time.
God, yeah.
Does he say dearie on that?
All the
lot.
fucking
He
time.
does say deer.
Yeah.
That's all he says.
Yeah, he does. That is his.
Isn't he also the beast?
That show
Yeah,
takes
he's
a lot
on
of liberties.
Yeah.
He's a lot of things in a lot of stories. It's unimportant.
He became the Beast and Rumpelstiltskin
And the alligator.
Crocodile.
Crocodile.
What?
And I just
I
don't
don't think
know
I
why
got
he
that far.
adapted
It's
Fables, which is a much better story.
it's a lot.
I really
It's
do
about
like
fairy tales.
Fables a lot. I really like Fables.
Should have adapted.
I haven't watched
Anyway.
that show, but I do like Fables a lot. So,
You'll be disappointed if you like Fables and you watch that show again.
So as you all disembark from the lily pad, as soon as Snailer Swift gets off, the lily pad also kind of shrinks back down and kind of does the canoe thing of like raises up pretty rapidly like a seesaw when somebody jumps off on one side. And she says, "Well, my darlings, be well." And the lily pad flies up and off into the distance. The five of you plus
And
Snailer
she's gone,
Swift.
right?
She is gone, yes. She seemed, no insight roll required in this. You can make one for further insight, but she seemed to not be hiding the fact she was kind of in a hurry to drop you guys off and get out.
So we think that she definitely did something to Sibilna, right? Like I wasn't the only one getting that vibe, or
Oh, she was definitely suspicious.
yeah. Okay, sorry. So we're right inside the castle or right outside?
You
the
are
castle?
right outside the front gates of the castle. Now, you see that like one of these towers is actually sort of teetering on its beanstalk that holds it up. There's huge vines just all over it, and kind of it appears to be set on like a promontory of rock with that purple fog below it. So you feel like you're kind of high up. However, all of you suddenly hear a massive cacophony in the forest that kind of lies sort of below where this palace is overlooking. You see hundreds of birds bursting forth from the canopy, from these ancient trees, flying in what appears to be terror.
That can't be good.
Sorry, the birds are terrified, or the birds are causing terror.
The birds seem terrified.
Okay.
Moments
That cannot
later, you see another creature bursting forth from the trees. A bizarre thing. Sinewy, pale green, dragon-like, but not like any dragon any of you have ever seen. Long-limbed, strangely proportioned, this creature flies out of the forest, kind of making rather... It's making an odd kind of an odd kind of call. It sounds, it's hard to, you can't really get much of it, but it sounds like it is talking. It sounds like it's saying something. And this thing, upon flying high, immediately kind of reaches a pretty high point, just where like it's about to disappear into the fog, at which point it pushes back its oddly shaped long-armed wings and descends directly into the grounds of the palace.
Let me try to hear what it's saying.
I'll tell you what. Make a perception check.
One of these days, I'll have it memorized. Nope. 15. I rolled another 13.
15. With a 15, it is too far away. You think you maybe hear... Tell you what, roll a d12.
Oh. Oh dear. 6.
You hear the word toves.
Oves?
Tove, you think. Like tove low.
I don't know what that means.
However, that was a pretty serious looking creature, whatever it was. And it seems to be just... But like that was like kind of a snippet you caught on the wind in the distance. So,
Okay, well,
How
I'm gonna
far-
go
Something
inside.
Toves. Or toads? Or toes? No, toes. Definitely toes.
you think it was toves.
How
Maybe.
far away is the creature?
It went into this castle somewhere in the grounds that you're sort of looking at.
Okay. So I couldn't attempt to like mind link with it.
It was a little too far away for that, unfortunately.
okay.
Yes. Yes. But you do see that there is a, the front gate. Ivy is clinging to it. It's a set of silvery gates embedded into the outer wall of the palace, and it looks like behind these silver bars, you see a beautiful garden. That looks like it's like pretty expansive. Probably, it looks like it's at least 100 feet across this garden inside.
Are we at the garden?
You are at the gates. There's like a set of silver gates blocking the garden off, and you're sort of at those at the main entrance. You can
Okay,
see the garden within. They're just bars.
Okay, I'll go up and try and like see if I can get in the garden.
Wonderful. You notice that there's a small bronze plaque embedded in a flagstone kind of down at the base of the gate. And you notice that pretty quickly as you walk to it. It has some writing in Elvish. Does anyone speak Elvish?
No, I only speak Sylvan.
Alexis seems to. So Alexis, if you want to read this, you may do so.
Absolutely.
It says in Elvish, "The lion or the hart must wear the crown. But which one should it weigh down?"
The lion or the hart must wear the crown, but which one should it weigh down?
Correct.
Okay. So it just says something about a lion, I guess, and a hart wearing a crown. So, and I guess, just got to figure out which one wears the crown. So obviously we just have to figure out which one means me, and then it'll be fine.
Hey, Alexis, is your face feeling dry?
No, it feels really good.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It looks a little ashy.
No, impossible.
Probably the pixie dust.
You guys are being really hateful. I just translated something for you, and I'm doing my best. I don't see you guys doing anything useful. Nope. Just sitting here making comments that are untrue because I look amazing.
I was just gonna tell you about a really good moisturizer, but fine.
It's radical acceptance. We've learned all this already.
Oh, no, this one's better.
Can I walk around the perimeter of the garden and just see if I notice anything?
The garden, so basically, here, let me try to give you a,
Can I just fly over the fence?
you certainly can fly over the fence. It also, I will say, it does not appear that here's kind of an overhead view, basically. I'm trying to zoom in so you're not seeing too much. But so basically, like, if you guys are sort of standing, right here, here's the iron bars. See? And, the kind of the promontory this is on goes off to Purple Mist. I can't go backwards. Just only a few feet in that direction and that direction. So it's like,
Okay.
you can definitely walk the perimeter of that rival. If you do so, you simply see large beanstalks kind of growing out, kind of towards the edges or around the area. But you do not, you're not kind of able to keep going. Fritzy, you can pretty easily
Fly over.
fly
Do
over.
I think there's anything that would detect me if I flew over the fence?
Make a
Oh, well, yeah. Can I detect magic?
If you do detect magic, you do see a fair bit of transmutation magic in the area. You see nothing on the gate itself. And in fact, the gate does not even appear to be locked. It just has that inscription sort of set on it very prominently. Fritzy, make a perception check.
That is 18.
You do not seem to think anything immediately within the garden that you can see is going to, like, notice you if you fly over.
Okay, I'm just gonna fly up on over.
Alexis will just try to push open the gate if you're saying it's not locked.
Yeah, you're able to push it open. I guess it does push. It pushes in for some reason. I feel like it should come out, but whatever. Yeah, you push it in, no problem.
I'll follow her in.
Wonderful. As you enter the sort of start of this palace garden, the scent of roses, cowslips, and
Hyacinth?
Hyacinth?
Yes, but I just read the wrong section. Sorry.
Wrong flowers.
Reset.
No, that's fine. Roses, cowslips, and hyacinths. That's what you see. No problem. The vast garden is sort of suffused with these flowers. You do notice that there is a ring of standing stones rising from the flower beds about, say, like 30, 40 feet directly ahead of you. There are numerous glittering streams going through this garden. There's also a larger pond kind of up and to your right ahead, and the streams seem to all kind of run towards that. The pond is shaded by numerous willow trees. The garden is extremely silent, although you can hear music and voices coming from a pavilion that is kind of just ahead of you to your right.
Can I approach the stones?
You may. And I will definitely say that, Alexis, are you walking towards the stones as well?
Yeah.
Detect magic is much more active kind of in here once you're in the garden. All of the fruit trees have strong auras of magic on them. If you use an action to determine what the magic is, it appears to be divination around golden fruit and abjuration around silver fruit.
Okay.
And then as you, if you want to stop people and tell them that you can, but,
I will.
cool. So as you're walking towards the stones, Alexis shares this about these fruit hanging from the various trees about.
I call out to Fritzy, Fritzy, do not eat any fruit.
But if you do,
Are they
let me know
goblins?
what you feel after so I know which one to eat myself.
No.
I said if she does.
I just shake my head and go closer to the stones.
Okay. As you approach the stones, what you see are 12 moss-covered standing stones forming a ring, middle of a small clearing. There appears to be an arcane sigil that's been inscribed on the inward-facing sides of each of these stones. Notably, all the space between the stones is free of vegetation. And again, Alexis, if you are following her up there,
Can I go collect one of each fruit?
a silver and a gold.
Yep.
Easily done, Fritzy.
Hooray.
Be your best self.
I haven't
Alexis.
seen them. I just want them.
Of course, you pluck a couple. Alexis, you notice more detect magic. Man, spamming detect magic is a worthwhile thing when you're entering a fairy castle. I feel like there's one in every single room of this place. It's like, detect magic will show this. I'm like, yeah, I bet it will. You see conjuration magic all over these standing stones.
Okay. I'll relay that.
We want to conjure something?
I mean, I don't know about want. It's just, I don't know what to do here.
There are arcane sigils sort of inside, so you could, if anybody wanted to inspect them, they could certainly do so.
Yeah,
I will inspect.
I will.
Anyone proficient in Arcana, make an Arcana check. If you're not proficient in Arcana, but you still want to inspect them, let me know and we'll figure out what you could roll.
I would like
19.
to.
18?
19.
19. Wonderful. Alexis.
Wait, do I pass?
You do.
Okay.
You look at these and you actually pretty quickly are able to determine that it's an unconventional way to do it. Usually you etch it into like the middle of into the ground, but I guess you could theoretically put up stones like this, and they have. You are standing within a teleportation circle. So this is basically a place that like if you were to memorize all these symbols and you had the spell teleportation circle, you could draw this in chalk somewhere and immediately come here.
Okay.
This is like a
cool.
permanent teleportation circle.
It's like when you save in Zelda, and then you die.
But so we can only teleport from somewhere else to this circle, and we have to be somewhere else to draw the symbols to get to this circle.
I think you actually could also use it to teleport. Like you need the spell, but you could use it. It's a
But we can't conjure, like we can't bring someone else from someone else.
Fritzy. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Can I tell if it's like specific, like if a druid made this or?
Ooh. With an 19, you know enough about how the spell works that it's what a teleportation circle provides is allowing people to teleport with a lower level spell than it's like only a 5th level spell instead of 7th. And you also know that a teleportation circle provides consistency. Sometimes when you try to use teleportation magic, you don't wind up when you're where you mean to. But with a permanent circle, if you know the circle symbol, you go there no matter what.
So we can't use it to like conjure someone's missing child, for example.
No, yes, it is a traveling thing, provided you have the thing. Alexis, this does not appear like it would have been made by a druid. The arcane sigils are extremely the sigils are much more arcane in nature. This is definitely the work of an arcane caster, like a sorcerer, warlock, wizard, even bard, maybe if they stole the spells from other things. But it definitely has a very fey vibe, so you wouldn't be shocked if it was, the work of like an archfey or her powerful fey followers. Okay. Yes, so from where you're standing, you still hear music and music and even voices coming from a pavilion, now that you've kind of gone in a little closer. Also ahead of you, there are two sort of like slightly more like closed in sections of the garden, like within turrets, but you can see that they're accessible. And there is also a third kind of like far to the left up ahead. There's a stream or a kind of a pond that streams lead you to your right, but up ahead to your left there's another kind of enclosed space of some kind. So you see some towers, you see a pavilion, you see a pond, and like an enclosed garden. That's basically what you're looking at here.
So Latara and Morsteel are really excited that they're in a really pretty garden.
Yeah, Morsteel's
Like, Yeah, they're kind of Morseal's flying everywhere, and Latara is like trying to stop herself and wants to take things seriously, but like kind of starts skipping around everywhere. And she wants to like kind of investigate all of the flowers and everything, and also see if there's any like she doesn't necessarily want to pick flowers, but she wants to find like flowers that have kind of like fallen off or something and try and make like her and Morsteel little flower grounds.
Understood. I'll tell you what, in that case, why don't you make a survival check? As you just try to gather up flowers that have fallen of their own accord. Harm no flower.
23.
You're in the zone. And you're just like picking up like, and that fell off on its own, and this is a natural fall into this bush. Thank you for your service, etc. And you gather up a bunch of flowers. Tell you what. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll me a d8.
6.
This music is too scary. Hold on. That's more appropriate. 6, huh?
What did I do?
You do find yourself kind of passing the pavilion and the sounds coming from within, and instead you wind up over at this large pond. Willow trees kind of encircle it. The pond seems like pretty sort of sheltered. Are the rest of you following after her, or are you doing your own thing while Latara starts picking up flowers off the ground?
I'll follow.
Are the flowers magical?
They are not.
Is
Good.
is everybody kind of like spread about?
I mean, Fritzy grabbed some fruit, and it's just holding, and at Fritzy's size, it's like she's holding like 2 watermelons probably, you know. Maybe not, Yeah, like big fruits. The rest of you, they'd be sort of more modest size. Ritzy, are you with the group, or are you exploring on your own? By all means, everyone go different directions. That would be amazing.
The flowers are boring if they're non-magical. Can I go exploring somewhere else?
Sure, where you want to go? Split the party. Split the party.
What else is there?
You see 2 towers. You see a rose garden. There seems to be like a fountain. What's your passive?
Yeah. Passive is not good. It's 12.
Yeah, you see a rose garden kind of like as like a structure. A couple towers that seem to like have stuff growing inside of them. A pavilion and this pond that you see Latara kind of heading toward.
So nothing would look more promising to me with a passive of 12. I guess I'll go to the rose garden.
I mean, that isn't promising. You head over to the rose garden. So basically at this point, Latara is going like up to the right to the far side. Fritzy is going up to the left to the far side. So they're just diverging. Rival, where are you going?
I give up on trying to track everybody in the party, and I will go toward where the sounds are coming from.
Perfect. 3 directions. Alexis, where are you going?
The sounds sound like just people talking, or
You hear voices and music.
so that's obviously where the party is. So she's going to there.
Understood. Okay, so we are in 3 different spaces. So
Wait,
we'll
like
Right.
what kind of music? It's not like
Nothing
people
could
chanting,
possibly-
right? Like
No. It sounds like party music. It's like maybe a little like. It's probably not like the coolest music. It's not like Ellie with
then, yeah,
tumble-strum
we are
music or anything. but-
going that way.
I personally would like to approach stealthily.
Okay. Well, let's see which of these 3 separate things we'll follow first. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Everyone make a wisdom saving.
Latara, you reach a beautiful sheltered pond with willow trees growing, lily pads all over the surface. None of them have frog-like witch people flying on them.
Good to know.
The surface is so still, it's like a mirror. You've almost never seen water this reflective. There are dragonflies darting all over, feeding on just like a very strange cloud of fireflies that aren't moving at all. They're just like hanging there. Not fluttering, not pulsing, just hanging in a cloud. And these dragonflies are just going up to a firefly and just like gobbling one up and moving over to another.
investigate the fireflies?
You
Just to see
can. Yeah, make a perception check, I suppose. Or investigation if you're preferring. You said that word. That's fine.
Okay.
I imagine for you, perception's probably better, but one never knows. 16. They're not moving at all. Neither is the water. You've never seen water this still. Not only that, most of the willow trees here are not swaying at all. They're totally still.
Can I figure out if there's magic happening? Or was I told?
You would need Alexis, and you don't see her now. So you can certainly bring her over at some point, but you don't see her at this time. And you're kind of just standing there on the edge of the water. But make an Arcana check. You are a witch, after all. You can roll one even if you're not proficient.
Do I get the sense that it's like scary? 9.
It is scary if it seems scary to you. That's all I can reply. You don't see anything necessarily malevolent. It definitely seems odd, but you're thinking of spells and magic. You have nothing. You got no frame of reference.
I'm gonna lean over and put my finger in the water.
Understood. You touch the water, and it's a very, very strange sensation. Usually you kind of pass through water, and you do, the water parts, but it isn't rippling at all. It's like you're pushing into, I say this not to make anyone nervous because you need to face one of these. It's kind of like you're putting your hand into jello, but it's not even moving, or into a wrestling mat or something where it's just you could penetrate it, but it's not replying how it should. There's no fluid dynamics. And in response to you doing this, you see a reflection beneath that seems incorrect. A delicate hand made of water, black as winter's night. Ooh, I like that they wrote that. That's fancy. Silently breaks the surface, also causing no ripples in the water. This is just a few inches from where you are. The hand is clutching a crown made of silver needles. And now you can see under the surface there are shimmering black fish, a school of them, and they're kind of forming into a vaguely humanoid shape.
Since there's so many animals right now, I'm just gonna drink my potion of animal friendship.
Okay.
And then after I do that, try and, I guess I don't know their language, but try and communicate with, I'll start with the fish that are transforming.
Start with the fish. You begin communicating with them, and the reaction you get from these fish that have formed into a humanoid shape is kind of because of the spell especially. You immediately realize that these are not beasts. These are not animals. This is some other spirit kind of taking the form of them.
Okay.
Is it, when you say fish taking the shape of a humanoid?
Imagine a school of fish swimming so it looks like the shape of a person. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And kind of, but as you make an attempt to communicate, it sort of wavers this crown at you once or twice.
It waver it's giving it to me?
Kind of, yeah, almost take it or not.
Can I do a quick perception with the intention of this being giving it to me?
Sure, make an insight roll.
$15.
It doesn't seem malevolent. It isn't trying to help you so much as it's trying to get you to do something.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay. As you reach out, the crown is made of needles. It's not going to cause you any harm, but it's like really sharp. And you probably don't want to just hold it in your bare hand. You're kind of like, and more steel kind of goes like, oh, here, let me help you. Oh, right, I forgot I'm incorporeal. I can't. Sorry, I really don't go through that. Apologies. But you sort of, move it over and you're able to kind of pull it away. As you do this, the fish seem to almost move as if something under this water is speaking. And you get the sense that if Alexis were here, she might tell you there's a lot of illusion magic going on with those fish. In any event, you hear
She's not,
words.
so she didn't.
But she's not in your event, so you just hear these words and you're like, dang, this is crazy. The words say, the beginning of whenever, the end of ever after, the start of an age, the finale of every moment, the first in history. I will repeat.
Thank you.
The beginning of whenever, the end of ever after, the start of an age, the finale of every moment, the first in history. And with that, the fish are gone. The hand that rose up is gone. The crown, if you're still holding it, is spiny. You can set it on the ground, do whatever you want with it, but you really can't hold it for more than a few maybe a minute tops if you're in trouble, but it's unpleasant. But it's very pretty.
Could I put it in a bag that I have?
Certainly. Yeah, you can kind of
it'll
stick
be
that
okay.
into
It
it.
won't,
Yeah. Kind of, you can it kind of does that real rough for a second. There's many glass bottles of scraping against glass and squeaking, but then everything is there. So, you said you also wanted to speak to the other creatures here.
Yeah, I wanted to try and speak to the dragonflies and the fireflies.
Understood. Who would you like to speak to first?
I'll speak to the dragonflies.
Make an animal handling check.
23.
With 23. Nice. With a 23, you kind of reach out to these dragonflies, and one of them comes over, and I don't know, it's the Feywild, everything's nice. You basically can just talk to it. And it just kind of comes over very excitedly and goes, food!
Uh-oh.
Almost like one of its little other arms, yeah, food!
Oh, the fireflies are food?
Yeah!
Oh. Cool.
Giant eyes just, kind of blinking at you. They probably don't blink, they just have giant, crazy-looking eyes.
What's your name?
What?
Nice to meet you.
Cool! Food! Get some! They're not even moving!
Okay, cool. Yeah, do you know why?
No!
Okay.
Yeah, eat bugs. Eat bugs.
Eat them!
Well, I don't want to interrupt your breakfast
Cool!
dinner. You go do that.
Okay.
Bye!
Yeah!
Then
Just goes over.
Try and end that conversation and talk to the firefly.
Fireflies have no response for you. There seems to be no ability on their behalf to hear or to reply.
That's upsetting.
They are simply there.
I'm gonna pull out carefully the crown from the bag
Mhm.
and sit it over my flower crown.
Okay.
So it's not
It's-
poking into my head.
It is a little poking into your head. It's digging in at points, but yeah, you can do it for a
so
minute.
I
Sure.
slightly lay over it,
Sure.
over my flower crown, and see if anything happens. And I try and speak to the fireflies again.
Nothing seems to happen.
Okay. I put it back. 'Cause it hurts.
Because it hurts.
It does hurt. And I think at that point, with a successful adventure, we will move on to one of our other friends, who evens for the pavilion, odds for the rose garden. It is the pavilion. Sorry, Fritzy, you're just doing God knows what in that rose garden. In the
Stealing
meantime,
whatever
Fruit.
she can.
Eat all the fruits.
all right. Rival, you are sneaking. Alexis, I assume you are not.
No, I have an invitation. Why would I sneak around?
Amen. So, Rival, go ahead and make your stealth check. Rival.
Sorry, we had a raid. Hello, Raiders.
Hi, Raid. Yeah, Rival, go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
It's not good. That would be a 14.
Honestly, I think it's fine for this situation. Let me just confirm that. Yeah. Yep. Not a problem. You sneak up. What is your passive perception, Alexis?
Perception, 13.
So yeah, so
13 as well.
Rival disappears. But you just kind of walk right into the pavilion. You hear the music. It is being played by a string quartet of badgers. They're just playing some chamber music. You see that there are 7 guests, one of whom is much larger than the others, for he is a giant bear. They are sitting around a picnic table. There's an emerald green cloth. There are cakes, teapots, teacups, cutlery. They're just having a great time, except for 2 of them who aren't moving, who are sitting there like just like stuck completely.
So
Taxidermy.
so do they look...
Are they
don't look like
peeing?
people who are just like uncomfortable sitting, like they're stuck in a...
They're utterly stuck. And actually,
Okay.
because you have your detect magic up, because that spell just ruins the game, you do notice that those 2 people who are not moving have strong hints of transmutation magic, as well as another school of magic you are not familiar with. Or maybe you're familiar. Roll another Arcana check.
Okay. That is a 16.
Yeah, this is, you are not sure.
So, do I get to roll my d4 then? Because I didn't pass?
You are able to roll your d4, if you want to throw that on.
I love it. That's a 3.
Gets to a 19.
Yeah.
Do you have any other, like, shenanigans anywhere?
No, that's my shenanigan.
I have shenanigan. Yes, unfortunately, you know it starts with a something.
Okay.
Something. You're vaguely familiar, but you're not sure.
I'll figure it out later.
Exactly. But in any event, yes, you see this this group, and of the sort of creatures who are there, just kind of chatting. They're not really. I mean, they kind of like maybe 1 or 2 have noticed you, but no one's batting an eye. Rival. And I guess I'll tell you what you see. You see a human commoner, a pumpkin who the commoner is holding, who is also talking. You see an elf noble, a dwarf commoner, a giant bear, and another human noble.
And the bear is a guest. It's not like it's like a sentient talking.
Rival,
engaging?
you haven't actually seen this bear because you're sneaking on the side, so you just hear a loud voice describing it doesn't get why everyone likes watching all these squids play games. It doesn't get like what's so appealing about it. It thinks all these like the squids who play games are really overrated. Just this very loud voice, like it's not really that like
That
insightful.
took me longer than I'd like to admit.
Like I'm so sick of like all these like games featuring squids. Like it's not that clever. Like it's not that. It's like it's and also like the games, like maybe they start out interesting. It's just devolves into anyway. And Alexis, you see that it is the bear saying that, and everyone else is like kind of not saying anything.
Okay, so Alexis will address the group, but she's kind of mostly looking at the two nobles you
Mhm.
pointed out. But she's gonna say, "Hi guys, sorry to interrupt. You look like you're having a great time. Is this Sibilna's party?"
Oh, well, no, I mean, we're just on the waiting list out here, just hoping we get a chance for treatment. But
Oh,
look,
so-
they brought us, apparently all these
list.
snacks have no processed sugar. It's amazing.
That's so good. Yeah. Sorry. So you said waiting list. Where did the non-waiting list people go?
Oh, they're probably in the castle at some point. I'm sure someone will come and pick us up. But yeah, come on, have a seat, hang out.
I mean, but I'm not on the way. Like they're expecting me. You know what I mean? I mean, I can hang out for a little bit, but I do need to
Oh.
like get over there.
Oh, that's cool. Do you think you can like put in a good word for anyone?
Of course. No. Yeah. I
The,
would absolutely love to give you guys give a good word about you guys.
Sort of the human noble who is drinking. She just goes, hey, Majera.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, my name is Majera. And maybe I shouldn't go in now.
Oh my god. Yeah. You probably don't need to. But you totally could.
But
I
make
bet.
sure that they know hey, come here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're making me get married. I don't want to.
You shouldn't. Yeah, you shouldn't do that if you don't want to.
It's arranged. I'm a noble psychiatrist, and I don't want to.
Yeah. I mean,
They said if they can help me get out of the thing, maybe I would give it a try.
I didn't fully catch that, but
Someone said the fake can maybe help me get. I'm not actually that drunk. I'm not actually drunk.
no, obviously not.
The face said that they can. Someone said to the Fae. You don't think I can say Fae, do you?
I have no doubts in your abilities. I'm just gonna skip ahead to the end of that sentence. Yes, the Fae probably can help you.
Cool.
I'm sure they can because that's.
Do you remember? Hey, wait. I gotta ask you something. Do you remember my name?
I don't think you even said it all the way through.
I did. I said my name is Majera de Valzi. So just make sure you put in a word with me.
I'm afraid I don't have the accent for it, and I wouldn't want to offend anyone by saying it wrong.
Oh my god, let me write it down. She opens her purse and everything spills.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, let me get a purse. I can get a purse.
That's. I mean, it's fine.
I can do it.
What if we just give you a cute nickname?
My pen broke.
Oh my god, please don't cry.
The bear is like, don't worry about her. Don't worry
Okay.
about her.
I mean, but she's crying now.
She keeps crying, then she forgets. Hey, Majera, look, there's wine. What? Oh my god, wine.
Okay, so we're at that point of the party. Got it. Okay. You have a good time, Majera. Hopefully the Fae do help you with your little problem.
Thank you. Majera's the best.
I will talk you up once I get inside. Don't you worry. I'll make sure they do help you.
The pumpkin turns to you and goes, hey, if you're talking people up, can you talk me up, please? Just explain to them that I'm very happy to not eat flesh. If they can make me not need to eat flesh. Very hungry, though.
Okay, yeah.
And then with that, like, it just, like,
definitely-
it chomps the other half of a roasted chicken that's next to it.
So that's you. So sorry. Are you all here? I'm a little confused. Is there a party, or are you all here because you need help?
I'm
for a
here
reason?
seeking wellness.
Were you all invited, or
No, just heard about it. The bear's like, yeah, we didn't get invites. You know, if you got an invite, that's pretty. I'm sure you're like a important case or something.
Case? Excuse me. Sorry, I'm very confused. The invite. I must be at the wrong Palace of the Hearts. My invite said there was a party, not a treatment for cases?
At this point, kind of a dwarf who was sitting there turns around, and the dwarf like was wearing a hood, and the hood falls back, and you see the dwarf just doesn't have a head.
Okay.
And it kind of begins like knocking on the table, like waving its arms at you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. I'm not.
At this point, I'm gonna come out and just go next to Alexis, just to
You. Yeah. I'm not past. You. Me. If I give you a pen, will that be more helpful, or no? We have to play this game. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Now.
I guess it's really more like this.
Here.
I don't. I'm sorry. Did anyone come with him? Can someone translate?
We drive. We go.
Sits back, no longer playing this game.
Yeah. That's
they all say, they're all like, we all came separately, but we're just having a good time out here while the party's still going on.
Also, who told you guys to wait here?
Oh, the staff.
Okay, so there is staff about.
I mean, what? Yeah, what is the staff about? Like, do you think they can help me?
Why don't you? Can I get water? Like a cup of water?
No, I don't want that.
Okay. No, that's not good. Can I use intimidation to make her sit and take the water?
Sure. Intimidation check.
Right, I don't know that that's going to work.
You'd be surprised. It is 21.
She sits down.
Drink this.
Oh, you're gonna make her cry again. Oh no.
Why do you want to be mean to me?
Because I don't want you to die of wine poisoning. Take it. Here, drink.
Okay.
That's good. And I pat her on the head and say,
oh no.
Right.
She drinks. She shuts up. You also both notice, like, they've eaten various cakes. They've eaten stuff. You see suddenly, like, there's like a little chime in the room, and suddenly the cakes just, bloop, 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 bloop. The chicken appears back on the plate. All the food and the wine in the bottles just goes, glug, 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 almost like it's being replenished periodically.
Be the house elves.
Can I ask who's holding the pumpkin?
Just a commoner who really hasn't said too much.
How long have you been here, waiting to get in?
Oh man, that is. How long have we been here? You think? I don't know. I just keep eating flesh. I'd like to stop. Well, as long as it's not my livestock anymore, right, guys? Been here like.
Oh wait, so then you came with the pumpkin?
So actually, we did not come together, but we know each other.
Oh.
I actually came here about, this cousin of mine who he's just trying to get me into this land deal. But I know the pumpkin. He's
okay. How long?
I couldn't tell you.
Hours,
what do you guys? Yeah,
minutes, days, weeks.
Probably one of those. Sure.
Is there like a pull cord or something to alert staff if you guys need anything?
No, they're just kind of leaving us here in case there's room. And yeah, certainly. Look, I know that what's her face, that Majera was kind of like, if you can't put it a good word for me, my name is Sumai, so that would be appreciated if you can just.
Sumai.
Honestly, I'll use my thing on getting this one to not be carnivorous anymore. I'd be appreciative of either version.
Your
of that.
thing.
Like I'll use like my wish from a fae or whatever the hell this. I don't know what we're doing here. Faes will help you out if you give them your babies or something. I don't have any babies, so that's fine. It's a problem for later.
Not what I've heard.
The bear goes.
I will double check on that for you.
That's not what he. Don't listen to him. He likes watching squid. He's got all sorts of weird conspiracy theories. I don't.
Sure. I am going to go inside and check on what's going on. There's clearly some confusion. I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, if you can, or just, oh, sweet, there's more cakes. Take your time. We're fine.
Yeah. Rival, we should find. Yes.
Rival, you also notice that there are these two figures over there, a halfling and an orc, who are like sitting and are just like,
oh right,
not moving at all.
Wait. What is going on with them? So I'll walk over and
solid, still, not moving.
Can I poke and see, are they like, do they feel like flesh, or are they like
You touch
hard?
their bodies are warm. They're
Okay.
not breathing. There's no heartbeat. But they're
Okay.
perfectly warm. They don't smell. They're not sallow.
No
They-
heartbeat.
They look like they're alive, but they don't seem
Do-
to have heartbeats.
Does Alexis have an heartbeat?
As a dom here, you probably I'm gonna say I don't know. I may have to change this to the point. Let's say you do have a heartbeat, but like it just doesn't have to go as much. Your heartbeat's like once an hour.
It's like
so.
once a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just like move that blood. There we go. Yeah.
Okay.
Although you don't have to breathe, do you?
No.
So, I think that's connected somehow. I don't know. I'm not a science guy. But yes, they seem to be. Make a medicine check, rival, if you wish to go deeper than that.
4? Nope, that's a 4.
Now you're like maybe they.
That one.
You know what? You put a hand on them and you feel a heartbeat. And then you're like, wait, that's my fingers.
Well-
Never mind. Whoops.
I guess they're just frozen, and shall we go in?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I will. Someone will hopefully be up for you guys soon. Should get that taken care of. I will start walking away with Rival, and I will kind of quietly say to her as we get away from them, there might be more confusion. They're not here for the party. They're here for more treatments, and they said they're on the waiting list for treatments, not for the party. And so I'm beginning to feel like maybe we were lied to
Oh,
about this party.
you just now. Okay. Well, that's the thing that takes a while sometimes for people to discover is untruth. So let's just continue on, shall we?
Meanwhile, Fritzy, thank you for waiting.
It's okay.
Fritzy, you make your way across this garden to a beautiful rose garden bordered by a bronze fence with a kind of like a canopy of bronze fencing. The bars are very easy for you to pass through. It's pretty widely spaced. You notice that there are roses of many colors within. Some are white and black, and there are glistening spider webs covering the rose bushes.
Are there any spiders?
You're what?
Are there any spiders?
Make a perception check.
18?
You do not see any spiders.
So spider webs are glistening?
The spider webs are glistening.
Are they like extra glistening or just like glistening in the light because they glisten?
They're glistening the light because they glisten. They don't seem to be glistening. They're not overly glistening.
It's like the normal amount of
It's a lowercase g glistening. It's not a capital G glistening.
Oh, okay. Well, are there any roses that look particularly interesting or like one rose above all others?
I'll say that since you can almost like put your head inside or whatever, and you do see that in the center of this garden, there is a kind of coiled around a statue of a prancing satyr playing pipes. There's a thorny vine with 5 roses growing out of it that are very vibrant in color: black, blue, green, red, and white. And the satyr statue seems extremely lifelike.
Can I approach it and inspect it?
Excellent. You fly over.
Mhm.
Are you, I'm assuming you're trying to not touch any
Thorns?
any thorns and or spider webs, right?
Yeah, I don't want to touch the thorns.
So go ahead and just make an acrobatics check. Shouldn't be too hard for you, but let's roll it just in case you roll bad.
I mean, I don't mind the spider webs, but I wanted to talk to the spider. That is 19, 25.
25. Yes. Without any issue, you kind of just very small, just little. You just get over there, and yes, you see this beautiful, these beautiful roses. This very lifelike statue.
There's no plaque or anything.
There is no plaque, and in fact, tell you what, why don't you make an investigation check?
Okay. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. What's not investigation? Oof, not good. 9.
Yeah. It just seems like any old statue. Nothing interesting.
There's a blue, a red, a white, a black, and green
Correct.
rose. Can I pluck the blue one?
You pluck the blue
Pretty.
rose.
I want it.
As you hold it, you see lightning. Blue lightning crackling around the petals and within them.
Does it tickle?
Little bit. Kind of static electricity kind of vibe.
So it's like a static electricity rose? So if I
Seems-
poke someone with it, will they feel a little jolt? Is it a
Potentially.
stun gun rose?
Potentially.
I'm gonna pluck the other roses. I want to see what they all do.
Which one next?
I'll do the green one next.
The
I'm
green
seeing a
one.
very upsetting exchange in our futures.
You're holding this one. You pluck the green rose. And from this rose, you see this faint green gas kind of forming along the petals and within them. It seems noxious, poisonous.
Okay. So does it keep going as long as I'm holding it?
Yes, only while you're holding it. If you
Only
set
when-
it in a bag, it stops having the effect.
Okay, so I'm gonna put them in a bag. I'm gonna pluck the next one.
The next one. So far you have drawn blue and green. You have black, red, and white. Gee, what are these 5 colors?
I'm gonna do white next.
White. What's everyone think happens to the white rose? One guess. No? Don't have to. It's fine. No one. It's fine.
Clouds? Clouds. Nice.
Nope.
Clouds.
It becomes covered
Nice.
in frost.
Yeah.
Icy. Cold to the touch.
Icy rose.
Into the bag?
Yep. Oh, can it? It's how severe is the frost? Like, will it give someone frostbite, or it's just like ice?
You touch it and it's like cold, but it doesn't. So far, none of these effects have like physically like felt. You've perceived them, but they haven't like been harmful at all.
Okay. We'll do the black one next.
You draw the black one, and you see, and kind of there's like a kind of an acrid smell as these kind of like clear, acidic kind of liquids kind of just pulse out of it. It's an acid rose.
Nice.
Acid Rose seems like I know it just sounds like Axl Rose, but somebody should
Yeah,
have
I
made
know,
a
that's what I
band
was
called
thinking.
Acid Rose. That sounds rad.
Yep.
Golly.
Okay, and then last I'll take the red one.
The red one. You draw the red rose, and as soon as you do, the vine on which these roses grow withers completely and kind of just falls off of this statue. The red rose, one guess what it does. It's just on fire. It's a little warm, but it's not burning anything.
Fire rose.
What is your passive perception, Fritzy?
12.
Cool. So yes, you take these roses.
Okay. Well, they're mine now.
That's the spirit.
I don't know what to do with them, but they're mine now. So like if I use like the cold one and put it like on someone's back, would it feel like an ice cube going down their back, or it wouldn't really?
Probably not that much.
No reason she's asking at all.
No, it's not a plan.
I just want to know.
I want you to say that. Let's say that while you're holding this last one, I want you to make a perception check while you're holding it.
The red one.
Yeah, while you're holding it. That's the last one you had.
That's the last one I plucked. Classic color, so I did it. 13.
Ooh, that's you don't get any more than that.
No.
Fritzy, that is what you sort of find in this time. Now you're a troubling case for what's going on.
Uh-oh.
And just in general.
Also,
Agreed.
in general. And I am gonna say, God, I don't want bad stuff to happen in this game, but some things are in the book.
But I'm gonna
That's
do
a
it anyways.
lie.
It's gonna happen sometimes.
Fritzy. Only because what they don't like going after. It literally says they're in here to try to hunt fairies.
Oh no.
It's like they say like if medium-sized humanoids come in, they don't go after them. But since you're the thing they hunt, you're probably a little bigger. You maybe look a little more serious, and you haven't touched any of their webs, so they've been patient. But one of them has just rolled and is not like whatever.
No.
So
The spiders
basically,
are mean?
one of out of the soil below, there is a burst of webbing.
Nope.
I need you, dear Fritzy. Oh, this is rude. You might be fine. Fritzy, please make a strength. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. They roll to attack you. On a hit, you're restrained, and then you can make a strength check to break out. So let's just roll for this web. And they're going to do this. You didn't see them, so this is an advantage. I'm very sorry. You know what? It's the Feywild. It's not an advantage. You have a split second of whatever. It's a 21. So Fritzy, suddenly web just shoots up and like kind of like sticks you to one of the already existent webs. And crawling out of the ground is this purple colored spider-faced creature, the likes of which roll a actually I need you to roll a Arcana check. Let's see if you've ever seen one of these dudes. But this is scrambling its way out of the dirt.
Oh no.
12.
A 12. You don't know what this is, but it looks weird. And it is gesturing to the rest of the ground. As suddenly 2 other of these spider creatures are crawling out, and they're doing gestures like,
Okay. So
and
they're
one's
very
going like
exciting.
this. The one who webbed you is doing this. They seem very excited. So Fritzy, let's roll for initiative. But Fritzy, if you want to, like, you can, like, you know, call out, shout out. If you want to do that, that's certainly doable. Would you like them all to go at once, or should I roll them separately? This matters more for if you can alert your friends.
I mean, yeah, I'll call out for everyone.
Okay.
Sure.
Then in that case, I'll roll them separately. So let's get initiative rolls from everyone.
Oh.
It's only because you're a fairy. I feel a little bad, but like that's what it
It's
says
alright.
they eat.
Alexis rolled a nat 1 on her initiative.
Perfect.
So she's got a whopping 4.
That's better than it could have been.
I got a 12.
12 from Rival. 14 from Lotara.
I have 18.
18 for the Fritzinator.
Fritzinator.
These
Fritzinator.
dudes add 2, so that is a... I just gotta roll a couple more on these friends. Oof. And... haha. Alright, well there we go. Fritzy, you are up first with an 18. So you've called out, the rest of you have heard this. Initiative is beginning. It's now she's a little bit away, unfortunately, because you guys are at places and this is a map. But you kind of roughly saw where she's going. You hear her calling out for help. She's back at that rose garden, which is approximately 10, 20. It's 60 feet away from Lotara, and it is. It's 90 feet away from Rival and Alexis.
Okay. So I can't move, right? I'm restrained.
You are restrained, so what you can do is use your action to try to break your way out of the webs.
I guess that's what I'll do.
And you can do that two ways. You can either attempt to, just pull your way out with strength, or you can try to attack it. You are going to be at disadvantage attacking it, though, because you are restrained.
So you said strength, or I can try to attack.
You either make a strength check, or you can attack, but that's a disadvantage because you're kind of stuck in it.
I guess I'll make a strength.
All right, make a strength check.
Check. Wait, so it's a check, not a save.
Yeah, flat strength check.
Okay. Well, modifier's the same either way. So it doesn't matter. I rolled another 13, so that is 15.
A
I
15.
don't know why I'm rolling all the 13s.
She's a strong little fairy. She
got one
manages to
earlier.
she rips her way out of the webs, and you actually can you have your movement speed.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, now I'm gonna laugh maniacally at them and fly up above them.
Okay. Are you leaving? Are you like flying out from the? Are you flying out of the box?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna fly up and away, as far away from them as I can.
Understood.
get.
You can go about 30 feet away.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't know what the range of their webs is.
Well, it's an interesting range. Latara, it is your turn. If you'd like to double dash, you can get over to that area.
That area.
We're gonna smash
And that's
them.
my whole turn if I double dash, right?
You can run 60 feet or you can run 30 feet and then try. I'll tell you what, why don't you run 30 feet and I'll let you make a free perception check so you can kind of see what you see.
Okay,
being
I'll
30
run
feet
30
away.
feet.
Okay.
I also have a question.
Absolutely.
So Tincture of Betterment, could I give it to her?
If you can get to within 10 feet of her, it is an action for you to like flow it towards her. But yes, you can give that to her. Unfortunately,
I would have
no.
to dash.
She said she was moving. She flew out of it, so that would be she was in the center, so that's 50. You can just get to within 10 feet of her with your run. So if you want to give her that, you can.
I'll do that.
All right, so Fritzy, you kind of see like bursting out of the trees on the other side. She's actually on like the other side of one of these streams running. You see Latara running and opening a bottle. And Latara, do you say anything to her?
What does this do?
No, I'm just like running with eyes wide, really frazzled.
And basically
I
she
don't think I'd say.
uncorks a bottle and liquid flows out of it and is going like right to your mouth.
Can I do that this turn?
Yeah, if you can get
Oh,
to
I
within,
can?
if you can get within 10 feet anytime you use your witch potion,
cool.
you
Yeah,
can
that-
send it with your open wide to anybody's mouth.
Oh,
who's
that's
an ally.
happening right now. I'm just like, open your mouth.
Open your.
Okay.
All right, so Fritzy, I don't know if that one even has a, as you put a tincture of betterment. I don't think that one has a. We didn't give a flavoring to it. What does a tincture of betterment taste like, Latara? What's like the flavor profile?
Oh, it's like just really pepperminty.
Okay, so you get this extremely pepperminty tonic in your mouth, and you feel that basically,
Like
first,
5 gum.
So first of all, because of the secret ingredient, the tongue of is it toe of dog? Tongue of dog? What do you put in tongue of dog? I think.
Oh no.
You get a +1 bonus to your saving throws for 1 minute. In addition, for the next minute, one time after making any d20 roll, but before it is resolved, you could roll a d20 and add it to it. So it's kind of like a one-time use bless, but also for ability checks.
Wait, so I get to add a
Better.
d20 to any d20 roll?
No, a d4.
Oh, add. Okay, I was like, that's insane.
Yeah, you get to roll a d4. It's kind of like a bless or a guidance. It'll last for a minute, and in this time, you also have a +1 to your saves.
Okay.
Latara has
I
learned
was-
some things from her witch time there. Yes, go ahead, Alexis.
I was just fully expecting her to say like, "Oh, it tastes like joy and sunshine," like some nonsense thing.
No, more like peppermint schnapps, but without the fun alcohol part.
I don't know, Latara, does it have a fun alcohol part? It's up to you.
Yet.
Not yet. Understood. You mix it. Yeah,
Probably
sure.
if Alexis helped her
But-
make it.
Now that you gave me that idea, I
You
should
can-
add a fun alcohol.
Well, I any of the tinctures.
Elderflower gin. I feel like she would put elderflower gin in her drinks.
Well, we can just At some point, I'll ask you any of the ones we haven't added to yet, and you could just, whatever seems like it should have it, throw it in there.
Okay, perfect.
But so Fritzy, you get this as Latara kind of does this. Very nice. It's good to have a witch around. Moments later, however, one of these Ettercaps, which you don't know that's their name, kind of like runs towards the thing, and it doesn't want to let like such an interesting pixie get away. It is going to try to shoot you with a web once again. It extends a hand through and rolls a 20. So once again, you are caught in a web. And I will say it can make a strength check. Why don't you make a strength check as well? It's going to start, like, pulling you back towards it. You can fly, so this isn't just a home run for it. Oof. Garbage. With a 19, you're not free, but you're easily not letting it just, you've got one wing free, and you're kind of flapping in a circle and keeping it pulled up. All right. Rival, you are 90 feet away. What would you like to do?
Okay. What am I able to see has happened? Like,
Excellent question. Why don't you make a perception check for where you and Alexis are kind of over by the pavilion?
I need help. What more do you need to know?
No, but
Your
I need
best
to know what
friend
I need to
needs
attack.
help right now.
16.
With a 16, there's so many trees and stuff, but you kind of see Fritzy up above the tree line. You saw some liquid going up to her, and you also see webbing encasing her, leading somewhere down to the trees. You don't even see the rose garden.
Okay, so the webbing is still attached to her?
With a 16, you think there's webbing, but it's kind of like a brief second, and then she's back below the tree line. Something like pulled her back down.
Because, okay, I want to throw a firebolt, but I don't want to hurt her. Because that's the only thing I can do.
You want to throw a firebolt at the web.
At the webs.
Excellent. I'll tell you what, it is going to get a little bit of cover, but I'll say that you saw it enough for a second, and the range on that is long enough that, sure, you can take a shot at the firebolt. So, if you roll a nat 1, you're probably going to burn her, but she'll be fine. But if you don't, if you can hit it, that would be great. Okay, so go ahead and take the shot. It is going to get a little bit of... It's going to get pretty good cover. Go ahead and take your shot.
Okay. Oh, it's not good, but 10.
A 10.
Yeah.
You fire the firebolt, and ordinarily you think you'd be able to hit it because it's just web. But because there's, you kind of, burn up the tops of some trees instead.
Okay.
Sadly.
Whoops.
Its AC was 10, but it was... because of its cover, you didn't quite make it. Cool. Next up... This is another Ettercap. This is the one who shot you originally. Does it get back its web? It does not. So instead, this one will run over to the web that its friend is working on and is going to try to also pull you back. Fritzy, this one. So make another contested strength check.
All right.
Ooh, I roll a lot better than that one.
Ooh. Yeah, I rolled a 1.
A 1.
I failed.
So that's like a 3 for you. Yeah, so this time, you see Fritzy gets yanked back about 15 feet back towards this thing. So, Latara, you saw her come out, and you gave her this thing, and she was like, cool, and she got covered in web again, and now she's been yanked back 15 feet towards this rose garden. The other one gets to go. It is going to... I won't try. It's not going to try to double web you. It's just going to grab and it's going to pull again. So one more contested strength check. Oof.
Okay, this time I got a... What is my... 2. Okay, so that's 7.
7. Yes. Sadly, this one also rolled a 7 on the die, but it has a +2 to that. So you were sort of pulled back, and now, Latara, you helped her, and now suddenly she is stuck, kind of like she's just about to get pulled back into the bars, which you think would be kind of harder for you to go into. Alexis, you heard screaming in some direction. You saw Rival just shoot fire at the trees. You hear more screaming and weird spider sounds in the distance. What would you like to do? Let it go.
Is Alexis aware that Fritzy is at the center of all of that?
Yes.
Yes, she is. Okay. Does Alexis think Fritzy is in danger or that this is gonna work itself out?
That I cannot answer. I will say that the response and the screaming of Latara in the distance sounds like Fritzy may be in danger. Which, and I will say just in a, tell you what, make an insight check, Alexis.
14?
Fritzy being in danger was inevitable. At some point, Fritzy would do something and it would be dangerous. Interestingly, this was
racial profiling.
Yes, this instance is really like not so much on her. This is a whatever thing. So for the wrong reasons, you're correctly assuming that this is probably. You're assuming she did something ridiculous. It's probably not that, but you do think it is probably a dangerous scenario.
Okay. I mean, just because she's questioning whether the party is real, she still believes in her heart of hearts that there is a party beyond the door that she's almost at, and now Fritzy is doing this. So, you said we were 90 feet away.
You guys are 90 feet. Rival, did you move at all after you shot your fire?
Oh yeah, like I wanted to say I was actively like running.
You're running
as far
and you
as
took
I
a shot.
can.
Well, so you're only 60 feet now. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, wait, actually. Okay. High movement speed is.
This is a real situation. If Fritzy did not, this is one of the things where like
30.
Fritzy gets into a fight and she legit didn't start it, but her friends are gonna yell at her like, "Why do you always have to start stuff?"
It
Okay.
was racial profiling.
So
It's not racial profiling if you're what they eat.
Alexis is gonna make a very disgruntled noise,
Okay.
and then she's going to dash 60. Oh no, wait! If she dashes, she can't cast a spell, right?
Correct.
Okay.
But you can cast a spell next round.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
Just
so basically you run through and you even do like a I'll let you describe how you would do this one part. There's a very thin area you could kind of stream between you and where you're going, so you can cross that however you want to.
can I cross that? I forgot. Where did we land on Alexis'
Shoot.
vampire rule?
Shoot.
Because we said.
Did we say that you can't do it? That's right. Where I don't remember. Did we have some instance where there's a stream? In
No,
this
she's
game?
never had to cross running water up until this point. And everywhere
Shoot.
she's been, she has also been invited. She has not broken into anywhere either.
All right, so Alexis,
So-
yes, you actually, I'll tell you what. If you want to change your thing halfway through this, you run, oh, no, you can run 60 feet and be like within a little curve of like literally, here, let me show you I could show you, there's a player friendly map. You can actually run 60 feet from where you were without having to cross water, so you are now like on the opposite side of water. Basically what you've just done is you've like run from approximately here at this little pavilion to like
close.
that little inset there, see? And this here is the rose garden. So you're like there. I can't do it backwards, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Does that make sense, roughly?
No, that's fine. Yeah. So if she gets there, she's still 30 feet away.
Yes, you're 30 feet away there.
If Alexis started yelling, would Fritzy be able to hear
Oh
her?
yeah, you can see Fritzy being pulled back by two giant purple things within the rose garden.
Okay. So Alexis will mad dash all the way over there.
Okay. But you
and
then
then-
you stop at the water because you can't go past that.
Yeah. Okay, so we're establishing she cannot go past running water.
Sure. There is a bridge. You could probably go over that if you had
No.
to.
Can she misty step over running water?
She can Misty Step over running
Okay,
water.
perfect. Good to know.
What a
okay, so-
good, and that's a bonus action.
So can I do that this turn?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So Alexis is going to mad dash 60 feet. She's going to misty step the next 30 to get directly to Fritzy.
Sure.
And she's just going to say, Fritzy, we are here as guests. I can't believe everywhere we go, you have to just make a huge scene and make a mess. We're just here to party.
They
And what
attacked me.
She's like being pulled in.
likely story?
Alexis, do me a favor. Tell me what your modifier for intimidation is.
Oh, it's not proficient, but it's +4.
+4? Okay. That will actually, okay, so they'll have to, there are 2, no, there's 3, because one got you in the web and the other 2 were the ones pulling. Wow, that's funny. Both of the purple things, all 3 of them trying to pull her in, upon seeing you arrive and talking the way you are and being like a medium-sized thing, 2 of them instantly back up like that. But one of them's still holding on, not afraid of you. Fritzy, it's your turn.
Okay, so how close am I? All the spiders are like together pulling on
The spiders are all together. 2 of them have let go, but they're like within 5 feet of you. They're right kind of next to you.
Okay, so can I cast sleep?
Absolutely. You turn back around, you cast a sleep spell. So go ahead and roll for me. 5d8. And Alexis, were you to ever cast sleep, now you can only do at a 2nd level a 7d8, and it's so much sleep.
Yeah.
Oh my
so
god.
Much sleep.
She when Alexis casts a 5th level sleep on someone at some point, it's an obscene number of dice.
Just clarification question. So because it's a bonus action, I still use up the spell slot, right?
You do use the spell slot because
Okay.
it is a named spell. Yes, you use one of your spell slots.
Got it.
Give yourself 5 minutes, you'll have it back. The Feywild's a wonderful place.
It is.
So 5, 15, 22.
22.
Yes.
So you cast this spell upon these things, and they all seem to have no effect at all. They are beefy. They are CR2s with 44 hit points each. So sadly, you are unable. But I'll tell you what. No, I'm sorry. They're medium. They're like Alexis's size.
Oh, boo.
I'm sorry. If you thought they were tiny and that's why you had little hit points, you can have your spell
I thought
back.
it was very comical that these small little spiders.
I apologize. No, these horrifying things are they're like 6 feet tall. They've come up to try to eat more fairies.
Well.
But I'll let you have the spell slot back if you were assuming they were little, because
No, I'm playing. That's fine.
she's like, sleep, and they just all kind of blink, and they're like, spider mouth.
Boo.
Okay, the one of them who got scared of Alexis, though, you are right there, is going to try to bite Fritzy to see if it could poison her and make her a little more docile. You are restrained still, so it has advantage on this roll. That's a 19 and a 22. So I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, Fritzy.
Well, I have a +1 to this one.
You can do it. You can do it.
Not good. Not if I lose my die.
I'm sorry.
Where did it go?
It's bad news.
It's so small.
Your Fritzy die are
My Fritzy die are teeny tiny, and then each fell on the floor.
they fit in an acorn cap. Do 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 do. I'm not sitting on the right side of my screen. You can't see my tree behind me.
I want to use the Fritzy die. Well, I'm gonna have to find it later because it is so small and so pale that I'm gonna need light.
Oh no.
Okay. I'll find it. I thought I lost earrings and I found them a year later. We're good. Okay. I don't know what the heck is going on tonight. This was a Constitution saving throw. So 17 because I rolled a nat 13 again.
With a 17, you are not poisoned. You do, however, take 9 points of damage. Are you resistant to poison damage or anything?
I don't think so.
Then you just take 9 points of damage. This was very rude that this thing hit you. Next
rude.
up, Latara, you're just 30 feet away from all this. You see Alexis kind of at a little inlet on the other side. Oh no, geez, Alexis is standing right there 30 feet from you. Fritzy's being bitten through the bars. What would you like to do?
Who's biting her again through the bars?
A purple spider thing.
Spider.
Actually, why don't you make make a nature or arcana check. See if you know what these things are. You very well might.
Spider thing. Oh, I think I do. Nature.
They are 6 feet tall. Look like that.
Yeah, 22.
These are ettercaps. They are sort of spider humanoids. They're mainly from, they're natural enemies of fey creatures.
Okay.
They're kind of, they sort of like to despoil woodland places. The fact that they're here seems sort of strange.
Weird. Do they usually have like malintentions? Like,
Typically, they have pretty malintentions, yes. Or especially toward, you know, if we're going to project morality, they prey on fey creatures because they taste good.
Make me taste bad.
Make me taste bad.
what is the creature type that they are? A beast?
You would know this with that 22. They are monstrosities.
Monstrosities. Huh.
I'll actually,
Would I
I'll
know what like weaknesses they are, or like what they're scared of, or like what creatures they don't like?
Interesting. I'm gonna say with a 22. Well, I will say, kind of like a little bit even more meta knowledge, but you've done it.
Okay.
You did you ever pick what creature types your bottles were, by the way?
No.
Okay, well pick it now, and then I'll tell you some stuff.
Okay. How many bottles I have?
You get 2.
2 bottles. Okay. I'll do monstrosity.
Okay.
That sounds scary.
Yeah, monstrosities are very scary.
And then I'll do aberration.
Wonderful. Okay, so based on the bottles that you happen to have like already, rolled, interestingly, you think you could actually create one of these things with your monstrosity bottle. You think they happen to be
like the exact same thing.
they're a CR2, so you could do that. You definitely though think that there are numerous aberrations they would be really scared of. And a good number of monstrosities they'd be scared of.
Okay, I'm gonna do an aberration.
All right. In that case, let's just. Is there one in particular you want to do, or do you even know any? If not, let's just roll for it.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head currently.
Roll a d8.
I'll just more exciting this way. That's a 1.
A 1. All.
Is that good or bad?
I mean, I think a 2 would have been the most insane thing that could have happened. But a 1 is going to be pretty fun. I hate the autocorrect that happens on D&D Beyond more than I hate anything. That's not true. I guess I hate, like, evil.
What does it autocorrect to?
I typed in Burbalang and it changed it to herbal tea. So basically, the rest of you see that Latara pulls out one of her bottles that she's brewed. Alexis, you see this. Rival, you don't see this. You're running through trees. Fritzy, you're kind of looking at this. Latara pulls out another bottle, and you uncork this one. And a sort of misty sort of spray kind of emerges from it. And a creature that looks like this appears.
Mother.
Just kind of like this, like, oddly big-headed thing. This is a Burbalang, and from your research, you're aware that Burbalangs creep across the petrified remains of dead gods on the astral plane, because aberrations are cool.
Jesus.
They like to gather secrets from the bones of gods, but this one, who is your friend and has come here to help you, kind of peers back at you and just kind of looks ahead and kind of just friendly kind of waves, and more still goes, "Hey, it's great to see you. Maybe we can get coffee after this or something." DTF. Okay, so basically you, DTF! More still school.
Down to fairy. Duh.
Yeah. So Latara, you're like, what the hell? But basically, this Burbalang is kind of just with this long, spindly finger pointing at the fairy and then at the things attacking the fairy. Like, I assume I'm killing something, kind of a thing.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm like, oh, the spider, not the fairy.
And it will go to work because it actually takes it takes its action directly after yours in initiative. So the first thing that it is going to do is, it's a bonus action. The Burbalang sort of suddenly goes like becomes catatonic as this spectral duplicate of itself flies forth, basically kind of like impervious, or like if it gets hurt, it doesn't matter, but it, basically the Burbalang can get 2 for 1. It can make a copy of itself to go fight, and if that dies, then it can go and resume the fight. So the Burbalang's kind of like floating unconsciously, like its wings settling on the ground. This spectral duplicate will fly at those spiders and will make 1 bite attack, which will hit, and will make 1 claw attack, which will also hit. I'm going to do average damage, so it just suddenly begins clawing and biting into one of the things, dealing it 16 points of damage, and the little spider creature howls in pain. And the Burbalang kind of turns back with you with purple flesh in its mouth and just goes,
Yeah, that's what you get.
wonderful. So, Latara brought a friend. It is the time of the creature who's being attacked to go. This creature is going to disengage and dive into the earth. Rival.
Yes. I'm running.
Okay, you run 30 feet. You can kind of see some stuff through trees. Actually, Rival, here's a problem. Rival, what you see is a ghostly, winged, big-headed creature.
Oh no.
Like attacking, and you see Fritzy like tied up in webs next to like a garden sort of shed. What would you like to do?
I'll continue to try to firebolt the webs.
Try to firebolt the webs. Okay, sure. They'll only have a half cover target on this. Go for it. Yeah, go ahead. AC's 12 on these webs. I believe in you.
15.
You hit the webs. Roll your damage on the webs.
D10.
Don't roll a 1 or a 2.
It's a 4.
Cool. So the cool thing, yes, webs are actually vulnerable to fire damage, and they only had 5 hit points. So you hit them, and the webs immolate, and Fritzy, you kind of are free now, no longer restrained. Good job, Rival. The Ettercap who is holding the webs upon seeing this monster is also going to disengage and run into the ground. The last Ettercap is also going to disengage and run away. It was fine to eat 1 little fairy, but now that there's like fire stuff and spectral monsters around, it's done. So at this point, the spectral Burbalang turns back to all of you and Fritzy. This thing is just over you. It's kind of long, strange fingers, kind of tiny little beady eyes, and kind of this sort of... just kind of hanging there on things. Alexis, there is actually a path where you can kind of like go over a little, there's a bridge you can go over, which is much more comfortable. So we'll say that you all gather here outside the Rose Garden after a few minutes. Initiative is done.
Wait, didn't I Misty step over? Oh, because we're going back. Sorry.
No. You did Misty step over. So yes, you're already there. You'll have to go over a thing to not, yeah. So I forgot about the Misty step, which again, really good thing for you to have in the pocket there. So you guys all gather here. And there's this, on the ground is this kind of strange-looking aberrative thing, and its spectral duplicate is floating.
What the hell is that thing? And I'm ready to like shoot a firebolt.
Oh, the demon thing?
Yes!
Oh,
It's a friend.
He's my friend. I haven't named him yet, though.
Ludo.
What is it?
Ludo.
Oh, I like Ludo.
Well, what?
He's only here for a little while.
Does
Me
he
and the
talk?
spiders go away. They were very rude. I liked spiders. I wanted to be their friend, and then they attacked me, and it was very, very rude.
I'm not sure he talks, but he gives thumbs up. Like when he does a good job.
I will talk if commanded.
He does talk. That's so cool.
What is your bidding, my lady?
Kill the spiders.
Oh.
I shall pursue them to the depths of the
kill-
Underdark.
kill the spiders. They're
I
not
don't know.
great.
Begins to turn.
And just hang out in case anything, bad happens.
I cannot
Help
do
us.
both.
Oh, to kill the spiders.
It begins moving towards it goes into the thing. It'll go into the holes they dug.
That's okay.
Very rude. I liked spiders. I wanted to be their friend. I left
I'm
our
going to
homes
use
alone and
thaumaturgy to turn to Fritzy and yell, Fritzy, you need to stop getting into trouble.
I didn't do anything this
That-
time.
Echoes hugely through the area.
Okay, again, we are guests here. We should not be taking things and
I
telling
didn't do
things.
anything this time. I left their webs alone. I have a lot of respect for them. They're nature's tricksters, but apparently they're
Did you
really
leave
racist.
everything in this garden alone?
I didn't touch anything that had anything to do with the spiders.
Of course not.
Also,
Also,
see that
Alexis-
qualifier at the end.
Speaking of tricksters, we are not here for a party. We are not guests. We're being
The
manipulated somehow.
invitation says party thrown by Zabilna. Okay?
And you believe that after all we've been through.
Yes. We're here. There's a door we haven't gone through. The party could very possibly be there.
True.
I just don't want you to get your hopes up.
We will cross that bridge when we get to it, rival.
Well, shall we go to the party then?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you stand to go to the party. Olanius just didn't participate in that fight. Uncharacteristic for him. That was odd. But I will say that just as you do that, I'm just looking at kind of the average math of this. Suddenly the corporeal, you've named him Ludo.
Ludo.
So he suddenly awakens and gets up and kind of says,
My lady, my incorporeal form was destroyed. I will go continue killing the spiders.
Oh.
I think I can probably kill one more of them before this body is destroyed.
Well, thank you for your service with your, thank you.
Would you?
How was the body destroyed?
Love
Are
you,
the spiders
Ludo.
killing you?
Would you would rather I kill ettercaps under the ground than learn the mysteries of the multiverse? Thoughts gleaned from the bones of dead gods. Understood.
There's no. There's probably the spiders. I think they're fine. You can hang out with us and
Yeah, they know better.
and see if hang out and protect us in case anything happens and learn the secrets of the multiverse, like you said. Or
Very
To a
well.
party. Allegedly.
Very well.
the
Yeah,
Burbalang
join
will
us.
remain
Hang
with you
out.
in that case. And as you guys kind of move to either explore more of this garden or just try to go fully into the castle at this point, we will end tonight's session. That got all exciting at the end. I hate when combat happens at the end because it means like, uh-oh, this is going to go on for a minute. But everyone got out unscathed except for Fritzy, who got out a little scathed. But also, she got 5 roses.
But if they don't do anything to me, then they're no use. So far.
You should investigate them at some point. Just
I
little,
will.
look them over.
I will.
All right, very good.
People are
Well,
not around.
everyone, thank you so much for tuning in and checking out this extremely silly, I mean, not silly, but kind of, there was some silly stuff. There was a bear talking.
We did have one new subscriber
Oh.
tonight, so thank you, Afraid Not. If I missed somebody else who subscribed, thank you as well, but Afraid Not, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for subscribing. That's so appreciated. If you like what you saw here tonight, after you've sought help, you should come back and watch us on other Monday nights. On Fridays, we play a horror game called Blood from a Stone. We're running Call of Cthulhu. Last week's session was so cool. It was a solo game, and it was very creepy and cool and sad and real tears and everything. And then on Sundays, we have a game called Here Be Dragons, in which the players are dragons. That game is also picking up steam. So a lot of fun stuff going on. It's 7:30 on this channel on Monday, Friday, and Sunday, or wherever you want to start the week. I can say it in a different order. Also go to our Discord. We have recaps of all our previous sessions on there and other weird download fun stuff. Check the About page here on Twitch to see wonderful things about all our players. You can check us out on Twitter at Long Lost Lore, on Instagram at Long Lost Lore RPG. Why does somebody already have Long Lost Lore on
I tried to
Instagram?
message them and be like, hey, do you want this still? Because
Interesting.
they don't post.
I saw that.
There you go. Just check all the crazy stuff out. Anybody want to say anything or plug anything or mention?
Follow my Instagram because the algorithm hates me.
Oh, the algorithm seems like a tool.
It shadow banned my most recent post again.
Oh my god.
No.
Well, that's lame. Follow and then everyone. Let's write strongly worded letters to Instagram. That's my advice.
Dear Instagram.
Dear Instagram.
Dear Instagram.
But until
Stop being mean.
Dear Mark
Until-
Zuckerberg, why do you hate women?
oh, that's easy because they wouldn't date them in high school. But until next time, everyone have a happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas season, happy all holidays, unless they're like bad holidays, and then just don't celebrate those. Until there are some bad holidays, I'll tell you off stream. I don't want to get put on a list for mentioning them. But
Oh, no.
until next time, everyone, thank you so much for watching and be well.
Well.
Be well.